Take a listen and a look at these six white suburban moms who previously voted for Donald Trump, and now half of them say that they will not. And then you can understand clearly why Donald Trump is working so hard, pandering, and try to scare suburban moms into voting for him in 2020.
Let's talk about Kenosha. Lori, I want to start with you because you live in Wisconsin.
I have no explanation for it. Being shot in the back, to me, is one of the worst things because that means that you're retreating. And to shoot 7 times in the back, I don't understand it. I don't understand. And then he was shackled to his bed, his hospital bed, and his children were in his car. There's no explanation for it other than if he were white, that would not have happened.
Okay, well, let's look at what really happened here. They had a warrant for his arrest. The police were looking for him. The police tried to apprehend him peacefully. He fought with them.
Let me ask you something, LA. Had the boy been white, would you feel that way?
Absolutely.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Bless your heart. I'm sorry you don't believe it. I am no racist.
When Ahmaud Arbery was shot in the street in South Georgia, are you going to sit there and tell me that that's not a racial thing? He was hunted down and shot like an animal. And it's okay.
Is that the case for
And it's okay by Trump supporters. And I'm done with that.
No, ma'am, not at all. And you're going out to other cases. We're talking about the case at hand.
But this, in the past few months, there have been so many cases. And so the violence that we're seeing in Minneapolis or in Kenosha or in Portland is not about any one case. It's about the feeling that Black men get different treatment than white men. Show of hands, how many of you like the idea of President Trump going to Kenosha? Okay, the top row likes the idea of him going to Kenosha. How will it help?
When he goes to Kenosha, is he going to go to unify the community, or is he going to threaten to bring in the National Guard and his militia?
Well, my goodness. Well, I will answer that. He's going to go, number one, for unity. Number two, if they can't get it under control. And if he is asked, like he has been in other areas, yes, he'll bring them in.
There's a double standard. Why doesn't he go in and stop this? Why doesn't he go in and help? And now you're saying, don't you dare bring in the National Guard. I mean, this is ridiculous. You can't have it both ways.
Okay,
you can't
fair,
say that
fair.
everything
Let me
out of
let
his mouth
Jessica
is a
respond
lie,
to
and
that.
And then you want him to say something.
Pick a side of the fence. Either stay in your house and keep running your mouth, or unify the country. You don't get both. You don't get to go to Kenosha, and you don't get it both ways. And to say that I'm ridiculous is false.
But on this, can you explain how, since the violence is happening right now in cities, since the social unrest is happening right now, how would re-electing President Trump, who is the president right now, how would that change anything?
He would support the local communities, policemen. He would support the governments in those communities to make those neighborhoods safe first, so businesses could come in there.
No president has ruined this country like he has. The unrest and the riots in the streets we haven't seen since the 1960s. He took this job and he's not taking it seriously. He watches TV, he is on Twitter, and he goes and he golfs.
See, it is not the federal government's job to run individual cities. That comes from the mayors, it comes from the city councils, it comes from the police chiefs.
Do you think that President Trump's Twitter feed is helping the situation?
Oh, no. He retweeted White Lives Matter, and he retweeted Black Lives Matter is the symbol of hate.
Do you think that the fact that he's retweeting support for the 17-year-old who's been charged with double homicide, the fact that he's retweeting support at times for white supremacists, do you think that helps the unrest?
I think it's gotten worse. I think, and I go back to when he said there were fine people on both sides. So basically he was saying that white supremacists were fine.
This is exactly why Donald Trump is doing all of his racist pandering to so-called suburban women. When any type of analysis is really done, any type of polling is done, the category is suburban white women. He leaves that out because he just uses the dog whistle. But the reason Donald Trump is trying to appeal to suburban women, suburban white women, is because he's starting to lose them. He's starting to lose them. The 6 women that you saw in this interview, they were all a part of his voting bloc previously. They all previously voted for him. Which really boggles the imagination, right? Because they are half of them are now so against Donald Trump. And then, of course, the other 3 are totally still in favor for him. But my question really is for the 3 who voted for him the last time. Did you not see he was a racist last time? I mean, I appreciate that you're calling him out at this point, and we can let bygones be bygones. But did you not realize you were voting for a racist when he said all of the racist things he said before? But this is why he's actually pandering now. He's afraid that he's going to lose the white woman vote. 54% of white women voted for Donald Trump in 2016. If he loses that demographic, it's a good possibility that he loses the entire election. And so what he's doing is trying to make everyone afraid that some poor people, some low income housing, dog whistle for poor black people, are going to move into your nice suburban white neighborhoods and make everything bring crime and bring whatever type of violence that he's trying to pander in that particular interview. That's what he's saying. And he's trying to scare these women, these white suburban women, into voting for him because he's starting to lose. So something happened over the last 4 years. I guess the thing is that they didn't believe he was going to be as racist as he was. They didn't believe Donald Trump was going to be as incompetent as he was. They didn't believe for the life of them that Donald Trump could possibly come in and be as ridiculously incompetent and racist as he was. I mean, I guess we can, at least they believe it now. It would have helped a whole lot if they had believed him when he showed them who he was in 2015, 2016. It would have helped a whole lot if they had believed who he was. But hopefully the case is better late than never. And they come to their senses. And that 54% of white women who voted for him in 2016 will be reduced to below 50%.